Fall and spring are the best times to plant trees. Either when the weather is mild or when the trees are completely dormant. Today I'm going to talk to you about the number one thing that you need to do right now to get ready for planting trees. Whether you're going to do that this fall or whether you're going to do it next spring. This is going to give you the jump start that your trees need to be very healthy. If you've ever been walking through a beautiful, healthy forest, you'll know that along the way you come across mushrooms. Mushrooms growing from the ground, or old trunks, or old logs that are broken down and sticks that are broken down on the forest floor. And those mushrooms are part of the fungi that are breaking down the wood and breaking them down into their parts so that the nutrients in that decaying wood are then made available in the soil again. So we want to create that same atmosphere in our home orchard, that healthy forest floor that's full of fungi and mushrooms that are helping to feed our tree. So what you want to do right now to get ready for planting trees is to decide where it is that you're going to plant your trees, and then get one of these wood chip piles placed out everywhere you're going to plant a tree. This is the spot I've decided where I want to plant a tree in the fall or in the spring, and I already got started on my pile here, but basically what I do is lay down a layer of cardboard and then pour the mulch, the wood chips, over the top. The fungus and the mycorrhizae are going to automatically start to colonize this new pile of wood chips here. So especially if you're doing this well in advance, you don't necessarily have to do anything other than periodically, if it's dry, you can put water on it to keep it a little bit more moist. But if you want to give things a jump start, head start, one thing you can do is actually inoculate it with some of the fungi, the mycorrhizal fungi that you want. So this is, I've used this one, I've been using this one, it's almost gone, and it says soluble root growth enhancer mycorrhizal fungi. So this is going to make sure that we have some real beneficial strains of the mycorrhizal fungi in the wood chip pile. Here's one of the trees that I planted this summer. And you can see that in the wood chips we have here, there's some mushrooms growing. When you dig into the soil, you can see these white kind of strings going through the soil. And that is the fungus. That is the mycorrhizal fungi. That is helping to break things down and to attach to the tree roots and to feed those tree roots. It's almost the bigger the pile, the better, but at a minimum, you want to make the pile 3 or 4 feet in diameter, because that is how wide we're going to be digging our planting hole and how wide we want our roots to be growing in the first year. As your tree gets larger and the canopy of the tree gets larger, the roots kind of mirror the size of the canopy of your tree. So as the canopy is getting larger, you want to make sure that the mulched area under the tree gets wider as well. The nice thing about wood chips, you can get piles like this for free. I was doing some yard work outside and I heard the telltale sound of chainsaws. A tree company nearby was cutting down a tree in someone's front yard. And so I approached them and told them that I would be interested in getting a truckload of wood chips. And they were happy to come drop this truckload of wood chips in my driveway, because it meant they didn't have to take a trip to the disposal site, wherever it is that they would be taking the chips to dispose of them, and they didn't have to pay a fee, because a lot of times the tree company has to pay a fee to dispose of their chips somewhere. So since I was right nearby to where they were happy to come dump them off. Usually in this case, you need to be willing to accept the whole truckload of chips because they generally won't want to dump off just half their load. However, if it is really close by to you, they may be willing to do you a favor and just give you a half a dump. Another place where you can try and find free wood chips is a website that offers a service. The website is getchipdrop.com. Now, when it comes time to plant my trees, I'm going to go ahead and pull these chips back to dig my hole and then put the native soil back in the hole and then put the chips back over the top again. I'm not going to mix these chips into my planting hole. I talked more about this on my video of how to plant trees in clay soil. If you're interested in seeing that video, I'll put the link up here for you to see it. Taking this time and steps to do this right now instead of waiting until I get my tree in the ground to mulch it is really going to help get the fungus going through this whole area, through the chips, but also eat down into the soil. And when I do get my trees planted here, it's going to help them really take off. It's going to help them immediately be getting access to the kind of nutrition that they need for their roots to grow and to be really healthy and to get all the nutrition that the tree needs. If you're interested in a sustainable backyard orchard, check out my video on what I like to plant under my trees in a fruit tree type guild to help strengthen and support the permaculture ecosystem of my orchard.